Hey, beautiful soul. Sonia B here with the Holistic Killer. I am back with several different prophetic messages. I'm going to pull a couple cards at the end. So, with that being said, for those of you who are new to my channel, I want to say welcome. And for those of you returning back, I want to say welcome back, okay? I do notice that there is a common thing to the message that the Most High has given me for these prophetic messages for this week, okay? So, the way I'm seeing it as for some people, the first message for some people is a situation of, let's just say maybe you may have, your hair may have, maybe your hair may have thinned out in some sort of way. Maybe you may have been stressed out and you may not have been necessarily, aware of this, because some people do kind of work under pressure in a sense, okay, and not even realize that they're even stressed out in the process. So that's just what I'm hearing for some. So for some of you guys, it's a situation of you could have possibly your hair may have thinned out in a sense. Maybe it was having to do something with meeting deadlines. Maybe it was just stress out of just running back and forth, getting kids from school, and now school is ending, that energy could be shifting in a sense, okay? So for some, it's just like they have had a lot on their plate. And for some people, it's a situation of, them almost kind of calming down in a sense and allowing their central nervous system and their body to do what it needs to do in order to kind of like repair itself, okay? So that's a message for some people. That message may not apply to all, but it's almost like the individual's hair is kind of growing back. And the way I saw it was, it's almost like having a style of like a more style that is a little sophisticated for some people, okay? That's for women who are growing their hair out longer, okay? This next message came through this was something about somebody kind of listening on the conversation, okay? And I say all that to say that, there could be some people who intentionally try to listen out on conversations to try to chime into what it is that you may be praying about. So this is why it's important to, always have your spiritual protection up and ask God for divine protection in the sense of, covering you when you are talking to him in a sense, okay? Because there could be prayers that you are praying and they're just kind of out there in a sense. And let's just say maybe that you may be praying, oh God, as an example, oh God, I need you to heal me. Well, who is me? That prayer can be going to anybody else who is out there who's saying, God, please heal such and such, such and such and such and such. So be specific when you are praying, and do not just say me or he or she, for your loved one. Name those loved ones and say exactly who it is that you're trying to cover, so that way that prayer and that energy is not going to somebody else, okay? Anyway, because there are people who do try to interject, they try to project, and they try to project their prayers into your prayers. So you may find yourself sometimes saying a prayer and you said something about somebody's name that maybe you weren't meant to say in a sense, but it's almost like they could be projecting at you, because what I'm hearing is some people have telepathy in a sense, okay? And some people are able to kind of do those things. So it's important to just make sure you just be specific and really listen to what it is that you're praying for in the process, okay? To make sure that somebody's not trying to project at you their wishes and their desires, okay? And for some people, it's a situation of, I'm hearing also too that it could be just always make sure and always get a confirmation. So let's just say that maybe if you're having this thought of possibly praying for somebody, check with the Most High in some sort of way and ask him to give you some sort of sign to just make sure that someone is not projecting at you, okay? Because I'm hearing that some may be possibly divinely guided to possibly pray for people, let's just say that maybe that you wouldn't necessarily have prayed for before. And this could be a situation of it's being divinely guided, but always divinely check and make sure, and just double check and make sure, okay? So the next message I received was, this is an important one, okay? I told you guys, I think in the last message, that some people are stepping into, not the last message, I think a few messages ago, people are stepping into their divine purpose, okay? And I say all that to say, God had revealed to me, it's almost like people are stepping into their talents. And something about some people are stepping into I wrote down something about block energy here. So I'm not sure if this is about block energy for some people who are blocking maybe some of their possibly. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So for some people, it's a situation of, let's just say their chakras are, let's just say, blocked in a sense, okay? Because some people are inquiring about something that is not even who they are, okay? That's what I'm hearing. So I say all that to say that and when I say chakra, I'm referring to the root chakra, okay, which gives us the stability, the sense of security, the sense of, rooting whatever it is that we're trying to bring it to fruition and root it into Mother Earth in a sense, okay? But I say all that to say some people are stepping into their divine purpose of investigations in a sense. So some people may become investigators in some sort. I don't know. In different ways, you know, we have different types of investigation, okay? So for some people, it's a situation of them stepping more so into a teacher role, okay? And I saw this come through as if it was like someone teaching at a school, but just because I saw it at a school doesn't necessarily mean that you're teaching at a school, but basically what it's referring to is that you're teaching someone in some sort of way, okay? And so for some of you is what I'm hearing, thank you, Spirit. For some of you, what I'm hearing is it's almost like some of you guys are stepping into that timeline of when you were a teacher, okay? So therefore, let's just say that it's a little bit of both. Some of you guys are stepping into your divine purpose, but you need that past life energy from when you were a teacher, and it's almost like now that you're possibly stepping into this energy now, you're needing that energy from a past life in order to help, you know, cultivate whatever it is you're trying to bring fruition in this lifetime, okay? So that's nothing more that past life is nothing more than our Akashic records of just who we are, because we're a lot of different, we're multifaceted in different areas of life in a sense, but it's just a matter of what timeline we kind of tap into in a sense in order for us to be able to have access to that knowledge from the past, okay? So for some people, like I said, it's investigation, it's teaching, and for some people, it's almost like shape-shifting in some sort, okay? And for some people, the way I'm seeing it as, and this is where the block energy is coming at, because for some people, it's a sense of them trying to manifest something through someone else in a sense. And it's almost like the way I saw it was the door was like being closed in their face, because if there's anything that you're trying to manifest and you're not manifesting it off of your own energy and you're trying to use somebody else's energy, the way I saw it was, again, it's almost like block energy, okay? It's keeping you from moving forward, okay? Because it's almost like somebody was, let's just say, they're trying to jump into a field that they have no idea about, but it's almost like whatever it is that they're trying to manifest is almost like things are going to start to go wrong. And this is a telltale sign of if you are in the wrong field, because again, some have been trying to manifest things not using their own energy, but just trying to be around certain people. And let's just say it's like this. Thank you, Spirit. So what I'm hearing is if you're not sitting here and you giving God your time, your attention, your energy, and you taking stuff to God, and if you're out here just say, hey, I know this person right here is a high vibration and I can try to manifest something for them. Through them. So therefore, if I say all that to say, those who have that mindset, that energy is over with. No longer, no more doing that in a sense, okay? So God is requiring everybody to stand in their own autonomy, stand in their own energy. If you're at low vibrational energy, you stand at low vibrational energy and you manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest, not using somebody else's energy. Because if not, you're just going to find yourself in a world of trouble, and you're going to find yourself being blocked at every avenue of everything that you're doing, okay? Because you saw that light blink, right? Because you're not being your true authentic self, and you're not coming to God in a sense of being authentic without trying to use something that was not given to you, okay? Anyway, so the next message that I saw was, this was about and there's also, I saw something about life purpose as well too, with somebody kind of collecting information. So you may see different people doing different things, and God is guiding people to do different things, because the way I saw was one man's trash is another man's treasure in a sense. It was like somebody was collecting newspaper or mail that was kind of left behind, and it's just like they were kind of collecting it and organizing it. So again, everybody has their own purpose of what they're stepping into, okay? And some people are serving karma in different ways. So let's not judge, even if you see somebody doing something that you wouldn't necessarily be doing, because maybe that could be the karma that they're serving for doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, okay? So this next message came through, and this is about soul tribes, is the way I'm getting this. So this is almost, some of you guys have some past life energy with some of these people who are actually celebrities. And the way I see it was, it's almost like some of you guys don't know it. This message is not for all, okay? This could be a specific message for a very small group of people. But the way I see it was, it's almost like your soul tribe is someone of celebrity status, okay? And I say all that to say, it's almost like y'all are going to connect in some sort of way. And the way I'm seeing it is, it's almost like just being around each other is going to feel like home in some sort of way, okay? It's just going to feel like home, okay? That's the way I saw it, okay? And it's almost like this person, whoever the person is, and what I'm hearing is that they're resonating at your same frequency. They're resonating at your same vibration in a sense. And what I'm hearing is great minds think alike, okay? So for some of you, that's a message for some. And those are all the messages that I have right there. But if you guys want to wait, give me 1 second. If you guys want to wait, I'm going to pull a couple of cards so that way any additional message that needs to come through. All right. Heavenly Father, what do you want the collective to know? Those who are watching my channel, what do you want them to know? I know we're all on different paths. We have different situations. So for those who are watching, what do you want them to know? What is the message? What are the prophetic messages? What additional message do you have for the prophetic messages? How teachable are you? So for group of you, it's about how teachable are you, okay? For the next group, just give me 3 total, please. No more than 4, please. We usually have like 3 different types of groups who have learning lessons. So what other messages do you have? What other messages do you have? What other messages do you have, Heavenly Father? Okay, so we got 4 total. For some, it's victim consciousness. And for some, it's the sexual art. And for some, it's self-sabotaging. Okay? So for some of you, it's a situation of God wants to know how teachable are you, okay? And I say all that to say because sometimes you can't teach somebody who think that they knows everything. They think, what I'm hearing is they think that, you know, everything's supposed to be perfect. Everything's supposed to be lined up. Everything's supposed to be exactly how they want it to be. And what I'm hearing is that they're controlling things, trying to control things by crossing T's and dotting I's. Well, when you do this, you leave absolutely no room for the universe to come in and kind of surprise you, to woo you, to, you know, to allow you to see and allow things to unfold naturally. You know, what I'm hearing is some of you have to get out of your own way, okay? Because again, if God is giving you things in your path and you keep trying to say to yourself, oh, well, wait, I'm going to wait to this time. I'm going to wait to do this. I'm going to wait to do that, in a sense. And instead of just trusting the process, going with the flow, if something says do this, do that, it's almost like you get confirmation from the Most High and you do it. For some of you, it's almost like, again, you're coming from that victim conscious mindset. Okay, woe is me, this person did this, I shouldn't have to do this, I shouldn't have to do that, why me, why this? You have to understand that sometimes when we go through life lessons, in a sense, it's almost like God is just trying to teach us. He's trying to refine us. He's trying to mature us, okay? So he wants you to come more so from a mindset of not thinking of, oh, well, this happened to me, that happened to me, because something happens to everybody. There's been a lot of things that happened to me, in a sense, that a lot of you guys don't even absolutely know about. But I say all that to say that, you know, this is, you know, wanting you to see things from a much more higher consciousness, because she has her eye that's sitting right here. So for some of you, it's a situation, you just seeing things more from a low vibrational, you know, standpoint, in a sense, that's really kind of keeping you tied down in this 3D earthly plane rather than looking at things from a higher perspective, okay? And that's, you know, more so through God's eyes. So when we keep allowing ourselves to be, you know, manipulated by the illusions, because that's all they are, nothing more illusions, or some of you guys is just a mental prism that, you know, you guys are trying to do away with. And for some of you, it's just the victim mindset of that you have had since childhood is what I'm hearing, okay? And for some of you guys, it's a situation of you're using sexual energy, in a sense, okay, to try to manipulate in some sort of way, okay? And I say all that to say that I said for some, not all, okay? So for some people, that's kind of like what they're trying to do. They're trying to manipulate through sexual arts, in a sense, okay? Manipulate for, you know, having a person to want me, or, you know, projecting that the person love me, feel this way about me, in a sense. And you have to understand that, you know, God is really maturing a lot of people at this point in time. So when people come in with that same mindset of, you projecting at me and I know this is not my energy, in a sense, you know, it's almost like you're being desperate, okay? So when you being desperate, in a sense, that kind of is another block in itself, okay? So when you just learn to go with the flow of life, you know, God is ordering your steps and directing your path, okay? For some of you guys, it's the you know, all of these cards kind of, you know, they're almost like they're all kind of, this is like the energy that some people are dealing with right now, self-sabotaging. So for some people, you're just kind of, you're sabotaging yourself. And I believe this card came out before, okay? So for some people, it's like you're sabotaging yourself. You know, you're thinking like, kind of almost like this first card here. You thinking that everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be exactly the way it needs to be before, you know, you do what it is that God is asking you to do, in a sense. And you have to understand that there is no, we can do perfect practice. You know, there's some things that God do want us to try to be perfected in a sense. But then there's some people who have been perfect their whole life, and God is just saying, let go, let loose a little bit, and be more spontaneous, be more of childlike mindset. When you were a child, you was like, you took more risk, in a sense, okay? And for some of you, I'm just hearing that you're so used to doing things, you know, your way, in a sense that, you know, it's hard for you to kind of get out of those habits. So anyway, but a lot of the way I see this is a lot of 3D energy here, and not more so of 5D energy. 5D energy is more of high vibrational energy, okay? It flows, it goes with the flow. 3D energy is focused more so on the material possession, this physical plane, and all the desires of the physical world, okay? So anyway, what message do you have for the, how teachable are you? What message do you have for that group? How teachable are you? For some, it's like I said, it's like, you know, when we think we know it all, you know, we can kind of sabotage ourselves. So this is for the first group, simplicity. Just being simple, okay? Learning to be simple and not overdo things. For the next group is love, victim consciousness. They come in, okay, so it's almost like God is trying to give you love is what I'm hearing, but they're coming from a victim conscious mindset, in a sense, okay? It's almost like God is saying, here's love. Or some of you want to be loved, in a sense, okay? But you want love to come in the way that you want it to come in, rather than allowing it to come in how God wants it to come in. Why is the sexual arts card here? Some of you are just taking this voyage and focusing. Some of you, I'm hearing, you're going on this voyage and you're focusing your energy on what you're also desiring, what I'm hearing. So for some, it's not even the situation about the sexual energy. For some, it's just about you really embracing your feminine side, in a sense, whether it's your feminine side, whether it's your masculine side, but you're embracing yourself and you're going on this voyage and you're really trying to focus on who you truly are, with trying to really understand, you know, the other side of you, which is whether you're a male, or if you're a male, then you're trying to understand your feminine side of you in the feminine energy. That's what you're trying to understand. For those who are feminine energies, trying to understand their masculine energy, it's almost like you're trying to understand that other side of yourself as well, and you're trying to focus that energy in that spot, okay? Because here you have the two wells that are here, so it's basically saying that, you know, it's two different energies that you're dealing with, okay? And yes, they're both tied together. So if you look at the whales, they both have the ropes tied to them, in a sense, okay? So I say all that to say that, why is this last card here? Why is this self-sabotaging card here? So for some of you, it's the situation of just needing to go with the flow, okay? Just needing to go with the flow. And some of you, that could be kind of hard, but when you learn to go with the flow, this is basically the energy that comes in. You allow yourself to be empowered, okay, by the energy that flows in when you do not block the flow of energy, okay? So I say all that to say that, is there any additional messages that you want them to know in regards to love? So like I said, I noticed all of this is like 3D type energy here for some. Some of you, I'm hearing, you're trying to get out of victim consciousness because, thank you, Spirit. Some of you, you're trying to get out of victim consciousness, and you're trying to get out of victim consciousness because what I'm hearing is like, it's like the Most High is trying to bring love in your life, but he can't bring love into your life with all the toxicity. You see the snake that's here? You know, you have a crow, raven, bird, or whatever it is. It's all like, and then you have all these dark souls right here, with whether it's demons, people, things attached to you, in a sense. It's almost like the Most High is, trying to get you to release all of those things that are not serving you so that you can bring in love, okay? So that's the positive side I'm seeing from it, okay? And then, as I said before, Some are using the sexual arts, and then you have those who are really trying to embrace and learn the other half of themselves. And some are trying to get themselves out of self-sobbing energies, because what I'm hearing is that the Most High basically have given you some information sometime this week of what you need to do in a sense. And this message should just be a confirmation of what you already know. So most of you guys, Most High have told you, are you teachable in a sense? Because some of you had been kind of projecting rather than dealing with your issues. You have been projecting it off onto other people. And for some people, it's a situation of you've been self-sabotaging yourself by doing that in a sense. And I say all that to say that it's almost like by you doing that, you were self-sabotaging yourself by projecting your negative energy off onto other people, because again, it was holding your process up. Because again, God is not going to bring, for people who are looking for love, God is not going to bring two people together where one has not done the inner healing work, and then for the other one have done the inner healing work, and for you two to come together. He's not going to do that. So he basically has given some of you guys a message, and I say that to say because it looked like it's an owl right here, and owl means wisdom. So basically, some of you guys have received some information of you doing this, and you have been trying to be accountable for your actions and to be more conscious of when you're projecting as well as when you are self-sabotaging, okay? So what message do you have for this group? Are you teachable for love? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual practice. So for some of you, God is saying, are you teachable? Because some of you, it's a situation of what I'm hearing is some of you guys have been just practicing, whether it be witchcraft or black magic in a sense. And when I say that, there's one thing to be dipping and dabbing in those things, but when you're doing things to hurt, harm, and injure other people in a sense, then that's when it becomes a problem, okay? So for some of you, that's holding you up in regards to love. Why is the victim conscious card here? Why is the victim conscious card here? What do you want them to know? This says finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So that's for the other group. So for some of you, it's a situation, let's just say that maybe you're thinking that, okay, so, and I say that to say because God will allow things to transpire, okay? So some of you thinking that, oh my God, as I said before, that you have to cross your T's and dot your I's to do this and do that because you were taught this way of doing things. But some of you, is quite the opposite is what I'm hearing. It's quite the opposite of what you think. It's almost like, oh, well, I got to come to this person, bring in this, and that, which is funny because I heard the song early part of this week, and the song was what is that? I think it was the Gold Digger song, the part where it said something about you're not dealing with a broke NIGGA or whatever the case may be. But I say all that to say, some of you guys, you're thinking that you need to come with this pot full of wealth to this other individual person. Let me just say, for those of you who God are trying to bring into union, you thinking that you need to come in, bring in this whole bank account full of money in a sense. But what you don't realize is some of you guys, when you come to union, you're going to create your money together in a sense. Okay. So that's where a lot of your money and your revenue is going to come from when you guys come together. So for some of you guys, you've been trying to do the opposite. What I'm hearing, thank you, Spirit. What I'm hearing is you've been trying to do what you have been doing in the past. And what you have been doing in the past is make sure that you have your bank account up before approaching somebody in a sense. But the truth is, what I'm hearing is if you're confident enough, no amount of money that you have, two people that's meant to be together are going to be together in a sense, and God will bring them together to create something together. So you have to understand, those are not the energies that we're in anymore. God's doing a new thing and he's doing things differently. Why is the sexual art cards here in Voyage and Focus? What do they need to know in regards to love for this group? What message do you have for this sexual arts group in the Voyage and Focus card? What do you want them to know? So we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, okay? So for some of you guys, you have, like I said, you have been embracing your feminine side in a sense. And whether you're embracing so when you embrace your feminine side, you also saying that you also embrace your divine feminine as well too, because again, she is the other side of you. Whether it's the feminine or the masculine, it doesn't matter. But they are the other side of you in a sense. So when you respect them, you respect yourself. When you disrespect them, you're disrespecting yourself, okay? And this last message for self-sabotaging, the last message. And it's a lot. it says this could be the one. You already met the romantic partner that you seek. Okay, that's for some. And when you allow, again, that energy to flow, when you allow that energy to flow, then it's almost like what I'm hearing is like, it's like powerful energy comes behind that is what I'm hearing. For some, it's an engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, okay? For those of you who are not blocking the energy, and I'm hearing for some of you, you could be blocking the energy because you're not sure exactly what's happening. And because you don't know what's happening, it could be a sense of self-sabotaging as well. So this other group, it says, make the effort, okay? Great love is worth taking the steps you've got it to take, okay? So for some of you, you are being divinely guided to take certain steps. And then for the last message, it says, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I said that before, right? So for some of you, it's a situation you keep sabotaging because, again, you keep thinking that things need to be perfect. You need to, have this in order. You need to have that in order. The only thing that you need to do is just basically do what the Most High has asked you to do. Anything outside of what He has asked you to do, you're in your own way, okay? So if God has asked you to do this, and do that, then you're in the energetic flow. But when you start getting in your mind and doing things the old way of how you have been doing it, that's when the self-sabotaging comes in. When you thinking, oh my God, like my parents taught me this, they told me that, you should do things this way, you should do things that way. Remember, I told you before that we are unlearning certain habits, patterns, and behaviors that we have learned from our childhood and even previous life, that God is trying to get us out of that mindset. So if you're someone who are driven by the material world, the 3D world, in a sense, it's almost like God wants you to get out of your own head, in a sense, because we're not doing things that way anymore. Yes, there's a way of grounding things, but God is grounding things from a different way now, okay? So anyway, so that is the message that I have, but I hope it was helpful. Remember that there are 4 different groups in here. God wants to know, are you teachable? And for some of you, victim consciousness, it's about, you stepping into, not looking at, thank you, Spirit, looking at things from a higher perspective and not looking at things from a 3D perspective, okay? Using your intuition, using your gut feeling, and using your, I'm hearing your spiritual team to help assist you on your journey, okay? You got your ancestors. I call them ancestors of light only, okay? I don't call them dark ancestors because I don't know what type of stuff they were dibbing and dabbing, and I don't want that type of energy around or whatever. So that's something to be mindful as well too. But just calling on the guardian angels and the archangels, and finding out which archangels help assist with different things, in a sense, because all angels are different, okay? But I say all that to say, you got your ascended masters and all of those things that you can ask for assistance for, is help with, okay? So anyway, but I hope that was helpful. And for some of you guys, it is a situation, is what I'm hearing, that some of you guys already have your spiritual team that's around you, but some of you guys just need to just ask for help, okay? Because sometimes the angels do not intervene unless you actually ask for help, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end that message there, but I hope it was helpful. You guys can join me over on TikTok if you want to hear any additional messages, because I am going to pull some cards over there as well too for different topics, okay? Much love.